Jamaicans will have to undergo a behavioral shift in their solid waste disposal practices and get into the habit of sorting their plastic waste, which could potentially save the country millions. If the National Solid Waste Management Authority has its way, within the next 2 years, every household will have to separate its plastic for garbage disposal. According to the state-owned agency, approximately 40% of domestic waste consists of solid degradable substances such as plastics.
When it goes to the landfill, and should there be a fire, those plastics enhance the burning and give us less control in managing any event of a spontaneous or otherwise fire at the landfill.
We have two types of waste in the household. You have the organic and the inorganic waste, and the plastic is part of the inorganic. So it is a very good initiative, and I believe that it will save us money and it will save us the environment.
Research has shown that plastics harm the environment, impacting the growth of humans, flora and fauna. Plastic products are known to clog drains, contributing to year-on flooding. Plastics also pollute the seabed, damaging the ecological system, such as sea creatures and mangroves. For those reasons and others, the NSWMA has embarked on a plastic separation project for Jamaica. Now in its pilot phase, the project has kicked off in Kingston and St. James.
The purpose of this program is, one, to rid our waste of the plastics. Two, to reduce the amount of plastic that goes to our landfill. And three, also educate this community on how to separate and why the importance of separating these plastics.
Our regional office, WPM, is promoting love for the environment, and as you are aware, the NSWMA is an environmental organization, though government. We are interested in the health of the environment, and keeping our environment safe is of importance to us. We want to rid the environment of harmful effluents, like we have plastic bottles.
The residents are first educated on the importance of garbage separation, and then homes are provided with containers to solely dispose of their plastics.
Today we'll be issuing flyers to the residents of the communities. We'll be issuing drums, and we'll just having general discussions with them about how to make their environment more cleaner, safer and healthier. It is important that they separate at source. That way it is much more easier for us to handle the waste and take care of it accordingly. We schedule these collections, right? Once weekly, they will come in and collect, and those plastics, whichever resident is unsure of when the collection date is, they can always call us. We have a mobile app that they can also check with to verify when is their collection day in case they are uncertain.
We were actually approached by the NSWMA, and we were quite excited because we do recognize that there has been significant degrading of the environment. We have been sending emails, we've been sending text messages so that they understand that what their responsibility is in this in protecting the environment and doing what we can to ensure that our children are able to benefit and see the natural resources that we have to offer here in Jamaica and to a wider extent the universe. As far as being a part of this pilot program, one of the first communities to be selected, it's something that's going to give us a significant boost as it relates to the wider Jamaica, so that people can recognize that the Meadows of Irwin citizens, that we are conscious about what's going on in the environment. And it starts with one person, but if we could get together as a community and we are undertaking this initiative, then it goes to show that we can go ahead and extend that further within the neighboring communities, and just do great things for our country.
In this pilot launch, the NSWMA has collected more than 1,000 pounds of plastic bottles from not only householders of Irwin, but other communities in St. James, such as Rambo Hill and Westgate Hills, which have since joined in to separate their garbage of plastics. The drive is now to provide more residents with the resources to separate their garbage. Plastics come in various types, shapes, and kinds. Toys, stationeries, personal care items, and the very obvious, drink bottles. The NSWMA has partnered with other agencies to properly dispose of the separated plastics.
We don't use the same units that we use to collect the regular household garbage. We use a tipper, a special truck, to pick up those plastics. So they are not mixed in the regular garbage. So once they are separated at source, we come and we collect on specific days. We also partner with RPJ, that's Recycling Partners of Jamaica, who takes these plastic bottles and recycles it.
Some types of plastics can only be composted by industrial or municipal facilities after first being separated from other non-biodegradable plastics.
If you love the environment, you should ensure that you protect it. And this is one way you can protect it. Ensure that you separate your garbage. You have your garbage that you can separate for composting, and you have your garbage that you can separate the plastic from to ensure that it does not end up in the sea or drains. And if it goes to the landfill, which we are trying to reduce the amount of garbage that goes to the landfill, if it is at the landfill and burnt, then you know that it will give off poisonous gases that can also affect us health-wise and our environment. It can damage the ozone layer, and it can also, through the burning, which would create carbon monoxide, damage our respiratory system.
Do you want to have your community join in on the plastic separation pilot project? Then contact the NSWMA at 876-926-5170 or download their app from the Google Play Store to connect with the agency.